I guess just to kind of give you some, kind of give you a brief history of about LifeLine and myself. I can kind of go into that a little bit with you, so that you can kind of get to know who I am or whatever, and why this is a passion of mine. I started LifeLine now 5 years ago. I just celebrated my 5th birthday. I'm so glad. I'm so excited. I'm like, I'm potty trained now. Like I'm 5. I'm a big girl. So, and it's been a lot that has happened. And this is a joy. It's been a joy. I stalk you on Facebook. Like, I really stalk her on Facebook. But I appreciate time with you and time with all of our clients, because the reason why I started LifeLine was because my clients are me. I am my clients. When I first got into entrepreneurship, I was like a lot of individuals. I did not have a clue. Someone said, "Oh, there's something about you. I think you can own this business." And I looked like, who? Mm-hmm. Not me. I was 27 at the time, completely didn't have a clue what they were even saying out of their mouth, much less even had the confidence within me that I thought that I could do this. So it wasn't even put like we have this on the screen, put your dream to the test. That wasn't even a dream. My dream was, can I get a $12 an hour job and pay my DTE bill? That was my dream. Can I not have a shut-off notice? That was my dream. So when someone brought this opportunity to me, it was like, well, if you see something in me that I don't see in myself, then it gotta be something there. It has to be there. And so I went through all of these different changes. I was in a bad marriage at that time. And, even now, because I'm writing this book, it really dawned on me that he worked at this auto repair shop that the owners came to me saying that you can be the owner of. Mm-hmm. Why didn't you go to him? Mm-hmm. He's the mechanic. So it just kind of finally clicked, like probably a month ago, that they really did see something in me. Mm-hmm. And they even saw something not in him that I didn't see that it wasn't in him. Mm-hmm. Right? And so it goes back to the decisions. I decided that in my mind, I felt as though being with a man and getting married was my best bet of getting ahead. If I help this man and if I get married, then that's where opportunities will come, and he's my knight in shining armor and he's going to save the day. Mm-mm. So, but again, having to learn that lesson, right? Having to go through that experience, and the experience of purchasing this business, experiencing how to write a business plan and do projected financials, when I always joke and tell people I couldn't even spell the word projected financials, much less do them and then explain it to you. So here I am, doing this business, and that just started like a whole nother whirlwind, because now you actually have to make those business decisions. Mm-hmm. So again, looking down upon myself, how can this girl with a GED be able to do this and be able to do that? There's individuals with masters and doctorates that specialize in this, and this is what I have to deal with. So you talking about Google and a dictionary with every single word and trying to learn anything and everything. And thank God he brought me this accountant that stood by my side, helped me. It really was. We really just went through and understood financials and understanding how truly to run a business effectively and responsibly. But again, that equally yoked. Mm-hmm. I didn't know really what that meant. I just thought we liked the color blue, right? We good. We like Law and Order, We watched the marathon series, and we really liked it. I thought that was what equally yoked meant. I did not know that it really meant that we needed to come on one accord on different decisions and actually having the same dream and having the idea of how to execute it in that same manner. I didn't know that that's what equally yoked meant. And so, losing the outer repair shop because of the different decisions that I can't just blame him, both of us made. I started LifeLine the next day because in my mind, I was not going back. And then the thought of losing the shop, and we're talking about going from welfare to now making, over the course of the time that we had that shop, we probably did about $4 or $5 million. Now, I always joke with people, because I've been noticing a lot of folks on social media been talking about how they balling, they got money and this, and how much money they making in their business. But I'm like, well, how much is your profit? I don't care how much revenue you come in, because you could come in with $1 gazillion in revenue, but you could probably spend that same dollar amount in all of your operational expenses. So it doesn't matter how much money you come in with. It really matters how much you come, you actually come back to the table with your profit. So again, the teaching. So I started LifeLine because I wasn't going back. I wasn't going to live back in Brightmoor. I was not going back to Highland Park in my Section 8 home.
Like, I'm not going back.
Hey, how are you? Come on. I was not going to go back. That was just the last thing on my mind. And literally drove myself crazy, wanted to, become suicidal in that thought, because I just knew that was not what I wanted in my life. I didn't want my children to experience that, because I had my son at 14 years old. So I have this 21, going on 22-year-old now, who his mindset is different. Like, he's just now catching on to things. But now my 10-year-old, totally different. Because all he knows is business. All he knows is going into banks and making bank transactions. All he knows is, revenue and which your financial statements. Like, that's his life. He doesn't know about having to go and fill out the application and hopefully they'll accept it. And he doesn't know anything like that. So you got these two children with two different mindsets, and I knew that I didn't want this younger to go through what the older went through. So I started LifeLine in the midst of that.